Well, welcome everybody. So I'm really excited about our topic tonight because it's all on coaching the hostess. Now, when I used to think about coaching the hostess, I would think, oh my gosh, I want to make sure she's excited. When I was a consultant, I'm going to be really transparent. I didn't coach a lot because one is I thought maybe she would cancel, or I just prayed that it would hold. And then literally I would book it. And then, like, whatever it was, let's say it was 8 days later, the day before, I would call her and say, I'm super excited about coming. Who's coming tomorrow? So I got a D minus in coaching. Like I didn't know what I didn't know, I guess. And so thank you for switching that to speaker view, whoever just did that to me. I appreciate that. So I'm going to share with you kind of like all the things that didn't work for me that I have fixed. I'm not going to share with you what didn't work. I'm going to share with you what does work. Okay. So one of the first things is you've got to make it effortless for her. The number one concern of a hostess is what? What do you think the number one thing is the hostess is the most nervous about? No one's going to come to her party. Okay. So you'll hear me mention this at the end, but it's called cross confirmation. This is probably the most important thing I could teach you tonight or today is, so let's say Kelly's my hostess, and Kelly, I give her an invite, or I'm going to go over all this with you, but when her people, and I'm going to highly suggest you use this text, because instead of them RSVPing to her, they're going to RSVP to me by a text. The good thing about that is she doesn't have to release her girlfriend's names and numbers, because I have so many hostesses that say, oh, my girlfriends don't want me to give out their number, but all their skin is dry. Well, are they minimalist, like soap and water girls? Are they into serums and they have a refrigerator in their bathroom with all their product? Like, I don't know what these people are. I don't know anything. So by the hostess not releasing me her information, the information of the host, of the people coming to her party, I can't start developing a relationship. And that to me is the most important. I want every woman at Kelly's party to be saying, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Kelly's party. Like that is what I'm trying to create, is that can't wait to see you kind of thing. In fact, I'll tell you a super quick story. Angelina, who is a new team member of mine, when she was going to host the party, she referred me to two people, and both of them, they both texted me, oh, I'm coming to Angelina's and my skin is super dry or whatever. And I said, I have a few questions to ask you about your skin. Can I call you? And they said, sure. When I called them, each one of them turned into a 5-minute conversation, which is not normal. Usually we get on and get off pretty quick. But these gals were like, one gal says, I just turned 40. I don't have a routine. I've never taken care of my skin. I need everything. And I said, well, tell me what you want to do. What are you willing to do? Are you a minimalist? Will you use product if you have it? We had a great conversation to the point where we hung up. She goes, I cannot wait to meet you and I cannot wait to try the product. That is the ideal conversation and response. That's exactly what you want every guest to say is, I can't wait to see you at the party, right? So you're going to want a piece of paper handy, because I'm going to give you a couple ideas. Some of my glasses back on. So first of all, you want to make her the invite. Now, even if she's a Canva queen and she says, oh, I'll make my own invitation, you could do that. But what I do on Canva is I make one invitation. I'll just show you a sample of one. I make an invitation, and as funny as this sounds, I use almost the exact same invitation for every single person. So okay, I just literally sent this to my hostess for Sunday. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm just going to hold it up. It just says spa pampering, Sunday, October 27th, 6:45 p.m. I don't want to put I asked them, should I leave your address off? Because if they post this on social media, they may not want to leave. Excuse me, they may not want to put their home address on there. So it just says Raina's Place. So that's the hostess's name is Raina. It says Raina's Place, Elk Grove. And then it says, relax and enjoy pampering with anti-aging skincare and glycolic radiance pill, because that's what she chose as her spa party. I'm excited for us to get together to get pampered and have a spa treatment and some girl time. Please RSVP. I can't wait to see you. So this is what I give her. So notice there's the miracle set in there. There's the glycolic peel. I put the Mary Kay logo on there and a generic face. Now, if you know that they are a certain ethnicity and you want it more racially diverse, you could put a different person watching their face. I've got an African-American model. I've got an Asian model, like whatever you want to do. But I send this to the hostess. So number one is make her the invite. Number two, super important, is send her the text to send out with it. So this is the sample. So this is what I sent with it. I said, Raina, here's the invitation for your spa pampering on October 27th. The next text will have the sample words you can send out with it. And then people will RSVP to me so I can make them a custom goodie bag. Let me know that you got this. So it just is basically to her saying, here's your invite, but I'll send you the sample text. You don't, you guys don't know how they're going to invite somebody. They might say, hey, this lady's going to come over and slap makeup on her face, come over for a beer. Like, who knows what they're going to say? Or maybe they don't even tell them they're going to do skincare. They might say, hey, come over to my house for a party. And then the person gets there and goes, what are we doing? So I give that to the hostess. Then I send an actual invitation. This is on my boards, these exact words that says, hey, I'm super excited that I won. She's from a booth event. So I won a beauty spa experience for myself and my friends. I really hope you can come and get pampered with me. Part of my spa experience includes you getting pampered with anti-aging skincare, glycolic treatment, and a hydrating gel mask. Plus we get to hang out. Oops, this is long. Anyway, so it goes on and on. It says, so we get to hang out, blah, blah, blah. Then it says, you can text my Mary Kay girl. I used to call my Mary Kay consultant, but I just think Mary Kay girl makes me sound young. You can text my Mary Kay girl, Diane, at this number with your RSVP. I shouldn't put my number up on there because anyway. Okay, so it says you can text my Mary Kay girl, Diane, at this number with your RSVP and your skin type, ASAP. She will get your customized samples together and make you a goodie bag. Will you come? Signed by the hostess, Raina. So I give her that. So she's already texted it out to a whole, and I said to Raina, text it out to 3 times. So if you want to have 3 girlfriends come, just text that to 10 people. I said, getting your girlfriends together is like herding cats. So again, I'm making an invite and I'm sending her the sample text. Now, and if this doesn't work for you, you don't have to use the system, but I love when they do this because what happens is as soon as she sends it out, my phone starts blowing up. And these girls will say things on there funny like, hi, I'm coming to Raina's, I have oily skin. And I'm like, hi, oily skin, what's your first name? And they go back, oh my gosh, so sorry. My name is Samantha or whatever. And then I said, Samantha, thanks so much for RSVPing to me. It's great to know that your skin is oily or normal or whatever it is. And I said, would you classify your skin as sensitive? And she'll say yes or no. And then I'll say, actually, do you have a quick minute? I can give you a call because I've got a few more quick questions. And they usually 99% of the time say yes. Once in a blue moon, they'll say, oh, can you just text it to me? And then I'll usually say, well, it's better to be interactive. Do you have a couple minutes on your commute home? I can call you or whatever. And I call them, okay? And I would pre-profile them. So this is key, absolutely key. So I get this girl, let's say she's coming to Kelly's, let's say this gal Kelly is coming to Raina's party. She texts me, hey, my name is Kelly. I have oily skin. And I said, hey, Kelly, it's them. Thank you for texting me. I'm super excited. Can't wait to meet you. Would you classify your skin as sensitive? She'll say yes or no. I'm just doing anything to get interaction, right? She says, no, not really. And I said, great. Actually, do you have a quick minute? I'd love to give you a call. She gets on the phone. Now there's actually a sheet on boards that's called how to pre-profile. The company, for some reason, doesn't give us anything on pre-profiling. So I get Kelly on the phone. This is all part of coaching gang. And I say to Kelly, I'm super excited about seeing you at Raina's on Sunday. Tell me a little bit about your skin. You said it's normal. And she goes, yep. And I said, okay, if you could, super important. If you could change one thing about your skin, what would you want to change? And she's going to tell you something. Let's say she says, I have old scarring from acne. It's okay. And this is another key question. Tell me what your nighttime routine looks like. I used to ask, what skincare do you use? And I found that they don't use one brand. They use this hodgepodge of stuff, or they don't even know what they're using. Or they'll say soap and water, which is not skincare. So I say, tell me what your nighttime routine looks like. And if one gal literally last week said to me, I use Head and Shoulders for shampoo, so that's what I also wash my face with. And it's a very good thing it was not on Zoom because my face just went like she would have not been very happy. It was not very professional, but I was just like, in my brain, I'm thinking, who uses Head and Shoulders to wash their face? That's crazy. And I said, okay. She goes, so I use Head and Shoulders. And then when I get out, I just have just like a generic lotion I buy at Trader Joe's. And I said, okay. So then my question to her is because she goes, well, I'm over 40, blah, blah, blah. And I said, so I assume anti-aging is not important to you. Because why would you use Head and Shoulders and not an anti-aging moisturizer? And she said, actually, anti-aging is important to me. I've just never been educated on what to use and I get overwhelmed really easy. So I just don't use anything. Okay, so that's when a red light goes on. And I said, okay, so if you could change something about your skin, what would you want to change? And that's when I said, can I call you? We had a great phone conversation. She said, I can't wait to come. I appreciate the personalized service. She goes, I'll probably be a customer for life. And I'm thinking, okay, that sounds great to me. But it's because she just doesn't know what to use. All right. So super important. You hang up the phone with her. You could send her a digital lookbook. You could send her a link to your website and say, hey, if you just want to click on like anti-aging, you want to click on things just to get more familiar, would you like me to send you a catalog? Yes or, and then she'll say yes or no. Would you like me to send you a link to my website? And she'll say yes or no. Now, here's the other thing. As soon as I get off the phone with Kelly, guess who my next phone call is? This is the most important thing in the world. Remember, the hostess's number one concern is no one's coming to my party. So the second I get off the phone with Kelly, I will leave a voice text. I want Raina, the hostess, to hear my enthusiasm. And I will hold my finger down on the microphone and I'll go, Raina, I'm so excited about your party on Saturday. I just talked to one of your girlfriends, Kelly, and she is so excited about coming. I can't wait to meet the rest of your friends. Please make sure you send that text out again. Like if her party's in a couple days and I've only heard from one or two people, I'll say, don't forget, feel free to send the invite out again. Now, what happens is that Kelly's excited to come, right? And I'm taking notes on all the things that Kelly said to me. Rain is now going, someone's coming to my party. So it's a win-win thing, but it's called cross confirmation. As soon as I get off the phone with Kelly, I call the hostess and say, oh my gosh, so excited. I just talked to your sister or your girlfriend, Kelly, and she sounds super excited about coming to your party. Okay, so those are all, they sound like little things, excuse me, but they are really, really big things about so that you can make sure that you're getting things to hold. Okay, now I designed a sheet prior to COVID because my assistant would say to me, if you hand me one more scratch piece of paper with a lady's name and number on, I'm going to shoot myself. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I designed this sheet. It is on boards. And what I have on here, I don't want to put this girl's phone number out, but I have on here the hostess's name, and there's enough spaces for up to 8 guests, all on one sheet of paper. So every party I do, I fill one of these sheets out. Does that make sense? So I put the hostess's name, party date and time. What kind of party? This is skincare, charcoal, and gel. What is the hostess's skin type? CO, combo to oily. Eye color, I don't usually ask unless I'm doing color. If you could change one thing about your skin, she said oiliness, and I need my pores to be smaller. And then I say, so I'm thinking in my brain, I definitely am going to give her certain things to try, like an extra microderm sample. Oh, and the other question you want to ask in pre-profiling is, and I just assume, I said, when was the last time you tried Mary Kay? And occasionally you will hear never, but usually it'll be like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago. And if they say, oh, like currently use it, ding, 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 alarm goes off, right? And you say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Who do you have taking care of you? And she'll say, I don't have a consultant. I buy it on Amazon, or I don't have a consultant. She left town and I am running out, whatever. So, but you always want to ask if she has a consultant. Now, let's say Kelly said to me, oh, I have a consultant. It's my sister. I buy everything from her. And those of you who are co-hosting, feel free to add people in when you see them up there in the waiting room. So if she says she has a consultant and she says, oh, my consultant is Jane Smith, then I'd say, oh my gosh, so Kelly, I totally appreciate you coming to support Raina. And if you need anything and you want to support her party, you're welcome to buy that night. But for future, I want to make sure that you stick with your consultant. And if she says things, because I've had this happen, if she says something to me like, well, my consultant takes like a month to get me product, and I'm thinking about I've switched to other stuff. You don't want to lose a client. So you might say to her, well, I'm happy to take care of you, but we really don't want to step on each other's toes. So, so you kind of deal with that as it comes up. Okay, but this sheet is great. Now, notice on the bottom of this sheet, here's one for another party that just booked. I'm going to cover up her phone number. So notice in the bottom down here, it says pick collage, or invitation completed, because I used to use pick collage, now I use Canva. And this one says pick collage sent to the hostess. And then if I send a script, those are checked off. So that means that I made an invitation, I sent her the invitation and the script. And then when she texts me back and I said, please let me know you got this, because sometimes your phone will glitch. You send it to her 3 days later, she goes, oh, I still don't have your invite. You're like, I sent it to you 3 days ago. As soon as she says she received it, I put an R on there. So here's what's really cool about this system. Let me pull one out from a party from a week or two ago. When you're doing these, what I do, if it's virtual, okay, as people jump on the virtual, oh my gosh, let me grab one. Sorry, you guys. When people jump on, see, these are all in person. These are all in person too. Okay, well, that's not going to help. Anyway, when they jump on Zoom, I literally have a highlighter. So let's say she has 5 people on this sheet. As they jump on Zoom, I highlight their name. My number one priority the next morning from the party is to reach out to everybody who's not highlighted because they got a packet from me and they weren't on. And I will just text them. Now, if it's not too late at night, I'll text them that night. Like if the party ends at 7 or 7:30, I'll say, hey, Jasmine, so sorry you didn't make it on the Zoom tonight. Is everything okay? You know, or something to connect with her. Or I'll do it the next morning and say, hey, Jasmine, I know you weren't able to jump on last night. I hope you're okay. Did your sample pack arrive? So again, it just gives you, so when you look at these sheets, when they're filled with people, if people's names are not highlighted, that means you mailed them a packet if it's virtual and they didn't jump on. Some issue, they had something going on. Okay. So you always want to so let's go back to our list. Make an invite, send her a text to send it out with your contact info in there saying, please text my Mary Kay girl at this number with your skin type and your RSVP. So now you don't have to ask the hostess for her friends' names and numbers. That'll alleviate so much of your time. Start a hostess party sheet, which is this thing. Pre-profile the hostess so she knows what to expect. So when I get this gal Raina on the phone, I said to Raina, tell me about your skin, what's your nighttime routine look like? And I said, so the information I just asked you is the same information I'm going to ask your girlfriends. So she knows. If they say, well, why does this lady why do I need to text her and say, oh, because Diane's going to customize your stuff. So that way you pre-profile the hostess. Now, this is the last tip. Every few days, you could text the hostess something. Now, if it were me and you're holding a lot of parties, like I have, I don't know, like 11 right now in my books, I would have a set, like maybe 6 or 7 choices. And I would say these in your text, and these are videos or pictures, mainly videos or links that you can send out. And so let's say like Raina's party is on October the 27th. So that is, what is that? That's 12 days away. I don't want to wait 12 days to connect with her, right? So what I'm going to do with Rena is I will literally on this sheet, I will just put a post-it note and I will just put on here like a post-it note that says like save or send 4 reminders or send 4 fun things. So here are some things you could send her. You could send her a makeup video. Now I'm talking about stuff that's under 2 minutes. So you go on Facebook and you go onto the Mary Kay corporate Facebook page, and they are constantly posting videos of stuff, right? So let's say they have a new one that's a minute and a half of a lady doing the fall makeover. You could say, hey, Rena, just thinking about you. Here's a fun 1-minute makeup video I thought you'd love. And I send that to her, like, let's say tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So then I might wait 2 days. And then the next day I might, because her party's a charcoal mask, I might send her the informational charcoal mask video and say, hey, since we're doing charcoal mask, I thought you'd want to see this. Again, it's about 2 or 3 days after the first one. You could also send her a link to a lookbook and say, hey, just was thinking about you. Can't wait to see you at your party. Here's a digital catalog in case you want to look at things for your hostess credit. Start making a list of all the things that you'd love to get. Does that make sense? You could send her a link to your lookbook. You could also send her Monica Gobu's special deals for the month and say, hey, just letting you know that everybody at your party will get a chance to take advantage of these special deals. So you could send her the special deals of the month. You could also send her the link to your Facebook VIP page and say, hey, Raina, I can't wait to see you on Saturday. I have a private VIP page where I run specials and sales. When you say specials and sales, they'll give you their info. If they think you just want to add them to a Facebook group, they might not. So if you say, I have a private VIP page, and if you guys don't have one, get one. It's super easy to set up, or add them to our unit one, whatever you want to do. But if you have a VIP page, you could literally in that one text it and say, here, click here, and I'd love to add you, even before her party, right? So these are all things that you could text her. So you can go in a video lounge, look for shareable. If you've had a conversation with her about the opportunity, like let's say you met her at a booth event, you guys talked for 5 minutes and she said, I'm looking for, like this gal literally, Raina said, I would consider a side hustle. I'm bilingual. I definitely would consider this. And I say, would it be okay if I send you a short video? It's only 4 minutes, but it's called Mary Kay Turns 60 and it's about our company. And she goes, yeah, sure. Just go ahead and send it to me. I said, no obligation. She goes like, okay, that's fine. So the Mary Kay Turns 60 will be one of the 4 things. So I literally on this Post-it note will just put MK turns 60, then I'll put a date, 10/15. And then I'll put fall makeup, 10/19. Then I might put on here charcoal mask video, 10 whatever. So I just put it on a Post-it note, just stuck on here to remind me. Because if she gets a touch from you every 2 or 3 days between now and her party, she's going to be connected. Can't wait to see you. I've got your goodie bags already, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? Okay, we already talked about cross confirmation. Another thing you can say is, here's a digital lookbook. Remember, you're going to get a half-off shopping spree. Now, depending on what you guys run for promotions, I'm right now, if they will have 5 women, I give them 150 at half off and 10% of the party sales. So if they and their friends, so them plus 4, if their friends spend $400, she gets 40 free plus 150 at half off. I do that because it's really easy for me to get my girlfriends to say yes, or prior customers or whatever. Now, booth event leads are different. I usually just give them a gift certificate if they won a gift certificate and kind of go from there. So just to recap, I'm going to run through these really quick. Remember, the hostess is thinking what's in it for her. So you want to make her invite, text her invite so that she can send it out. Put your contact info, give her a sample text. You do not want her to come up with her own wording. And honestly, she's relieved when you send her wording because she didn't know what to put in the wording in the first place. Make sure the wording she's going to send out has your name and your phone number in it. Start a hostess sheet like one of these. So what I do literally is I just keep these folded like this on my desk with the date and time, and I have the one that's soonest, like the one that's in 3 days is on the top, and the one that's in 2 weeks is on the bottom. Does that make sense? So I can just constantly be checking. And then if someone says I'm going to Raina's party, I grab Raina's sheet and I start writing her guests on here. If I don't get a text for their party within about a day or two of me sending it to them, I say, hey, did you send it out? I haven't heard from anybody. And then they go, oh my God, I totally forgot to send it out. Pre-profile the hostess. Every few days, send her something, maybe makeup video, charcoal mask video, something. Cross confirmation. As soon as you get one person who's RSVP'd, reach back out to her. And last but not least is reminder of her hostess credit. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I will truly tell you, when you do this kind of a thing with the hostess, here's what's great is should she join your team, she now knows what to do. Otherwise, she's like, oh, an invite? We didn't send out an invite for my party. We didn't call the guests. I didn't. So whatever you do for her is what she will do at her parties when she joins your team. That's another good reason to do this. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope you have a fabulous day. I am trying to stop this, and there we go.